Hi, I'm Sharon,
Hi, I'm Andy.
and welcome to Burntisland Hedgehog Haven.
Been doing this for just over 2.5 years now. So far we've had 586 hedgehogs through the door to date.
We're licensed to take 40 hedgehogs. We started off with 7 hedgehogs. We started off in a spare room. We could take 7. It quickly became that we needed more space, so we converted the garage.
Yeah.
This is the garage.
Yeah.
Converted the garage. We got a council license so we could take 25.
We see hedgehogs in for a variety of reasons, falling down drains, getting caught up in garden netting and garden wire. We get a lot of hedgehogs in with a high burden of parasites. People seem to think as well that myths that they come in with fleas. Hedgehogs are riddled with fleas, but they're not. And another myth out there is that they have milk and bread and mealworms, and that is a complete no-no. Well, it all started, didn't it? We were out in the cold one day and we found this hedgehog on the grass verge in a collapsed state. So we stopped and picked it up, and we phoned the SSPCA, and they weren't able to come and collect it.
They were busy that day.
So we had no option but to take it over to the Alloa Fish Cross Wildlife Centre.
SSPCA Wildlife Centre.
And then 2 weeks later, the same thing happened. We found another one in the same place.
And again, had to drive at the 50-mile round trip to Alloa, the Wildlife Centre.
Then we heard that there was a guy up in Wormit near St Andrews who was looking for somebody to take over his rescue. So we went along and had a chat with him, and he gave us a lot of information and knowledge and some of his equipment to get started. So that's how we started. So we started up in the spare room upstairs. Just snowballed from there, really. I think we've got about 18 volunteers, and we try and have 3 in every morning if we possibly can.
So much support from everybody.
Right.
It's just, I think a lot of people love hedgehogs.
And we get the finders as well to name their hedgehogs as well, which is a nice touch. So, and then we like to keep the finders updated with the progress of the hedgehog. We actually just recently started tagging a hedgehog. So what that means is there's got 4 tags on, and they've each got the 4 identical numbers for that one hedgehog. Then we release them out into the wild. And then if for any reason the hedgehog should come back to us for ill health or whatever reason, we can look it up on the database.
And it just helps us to know how well that hedgehog's doing in that area.
1957, they reckon there was about 30 million hedgehogs in the UK, and they reckon at present we're down to about 900,000. As few as that, so we try and save everyone we possibly can.